2 drones had already exploded into the hospital in Sumy. Volunteers, including Alexei Kluyev, rushed to the site. Then the 3rd drone hit. 11 people died in this Russian attack in September.
These are horrible sounds. What you hear is terrible. And so, of course, when we came out of the building, it was shocking. It was a shocking scene.
Alexei filmed this video. He lives in Sumy, the northeastern region of Ukraine that was temporarily occupied by Russia and is now under intense bombardment. And he's part of Dobrobat, a volunteer organisation that focuses on fast recovery, repairing buildings after they've been hit. Fixing windows to keep out the bitter winter keeps people, especially older people, alive. But they relied on USAID to fund much of that work, and funding has now been paused. That pause in USAID funding, what effect has it already had on your work?
We have to be realistic. We have to recognise that Ukraine has lost a reliable partner, a partner that has been helping all this time to overcome both military and social problems. It's probably the hardest moment since 2022, because even back then, when we had convoys of occupiers marching through our city, the scale of destruction was not what we're seeing now.
Dobrobat received 2 million Ukrainian hryvnia for the Windows project, worth around £38,000, from USAID to repair buildings. This was its last grant, 115,000 hryvnia to cover tools, extension cords, floodlights. That was part of a total of $5.4 billion given by USAID to Ukraine last year. It covered more than 200 projects in Ukraine, many on the front line, including this underground school in Kharkiv and this hospital in Kherson. A project to restore medical services here was also suspended because it was one among the 83% of USAID contracts that Secretary of State Marco Rubio said would be cut. One lobby group estimates that nearly 60,000 jobs have gone globally as a result. An aid worker with operations in Ukraine, who asked to remain anonymous, told us, "I'm in the process of terminating nearly 100 staff, people who've worked tirelessly to serve the front line of Russia's war against Ukraine, war widows, women whose husbands are on the front lines or in hospital. I have vendors who have not been paid for generators they delivered and installed, so frontline communities in Ukraine have access to water, light and heat. These suppliers are going to need to go back to these communities and remove this life-saving equipment." Alexei sent us this video afterwards of other wrecked buildings in Sumy that they had planned to repair. The boarding was meant to be a stopgap. The homes are only half patched up. Without USAID money, it is all they can do. Tom Cheshire, Sky News.